Negation, page 4141, by Sigmund Freud. Thus, the content of a repressed image or idea can make its way into consciousness on condition that it is negated. Negation is a way of taking cognizance of what is repressed. Indeed, it is already a lifting of the repression, though not, of course, an acceptance of what is repressed. We can see how in this the intellectual function is separated from the affective process. With the help of negation, only one consequence of the process of repression is undone: the fact, namely, of the ideational content of what is repressed, while at the same time what is essential to the repression persists. In the course of analytic work, we often produce a further, very important and somewhat strange variant of this situation. We succeed in conquering the negation as well, and in bringing about a full intellectual acceptance of the repressed. But the repressive process itself is not yet removed by this. Since to affirm or negate the content of thoughts is the task of the function of intellectual judgment, what we have just been saying has led us to the psychological origin of that function. To negate something in a judgment is, at bottom, to say, this is something which I would prefer to repress. A negative judgment is the intellectual substitute for repression. Its no is the hallmark of repression, a certificate of origin like, let us say, made in Germany. With the help of the symbol of negation, thinking frees itself from the restrictions of repression and enriches itself with material that is indispensable for its proper functioning. The function of judgment is concerned in the main with two sorts of decisions. It affirms or disaffirms the possession by a thing of a particular attribute, and it asserts or disputes that a presentation has an existence in reality. The attribute to be decided about may originally have been good or bad, useful or harmful, expressed in the language of the oldest, the oral, instinctual impulses. The judgment is, I should like to eat this, or I should like to spit it out, and put more generally, I should like to take this into myself elsewhere, and to keep that out. That is to say, it shall be inside me, or it shall be outside me, as I have shown elsewhere. The original pleasure ego wants to introject into itself everything that is good, and to eject from itself everything that is bad. What is bad? What is alien to the ego and what is external are, to begin with, identical.